After being detained by the police in Birmingham, say they've been denied justice. The Crown Prosecution Service decided this week not to prosecute police or medics in connection with the death of Kingsley Burrell, but his relatives believe he was restrained using excessive force and say they'll continue their fight to hold officers to account. Giles Latcham reports.
Kadisha Burrell was one of the last people to see her brother alive. This week she's learnt that 3 years on, no one will face criminal charges in connection with the death of 29-year-old Kingsley, and for the family, it's a bitter blow.
To have lost Kingsley in this tragic way is hurtful, but not to get justice will be unbearable for the family as well as the community.
In March 2011, Kingsley was detained under the Mental Health Act. 3 days later, after a disturbance at a mental health facility, he died in hospital. In March 2013, 4 police officers were arrested on suspicion of gross negligence, manslaughter and misconduct. Then this week, the Crown Prosecution Service said there was insufficient evidence to bring prosecutions.
We're not giving up. This isn't the end. This is just the beginning. For us as a family, we've waited so long already and we continue to fight. No matter how long it takes, we will get justice eventually for my brother Kingsley, who died in police custody.
The family say Kingsley had no history of mental illness. Yet, after dialing 999 to tell police he and his son had been threatened by a gang, he was detained in this mental health unit in Winson Green. In a violent incident involving 4 police officers and 6 medics, Kingsley Burrell was handcuffed and forcibly restrained. His family say such was the force used that his death, later in hospital, amounts to manslaughter. Deciding against prosecutions, the CPS concludes that officers and medical staff were presented with an ongoing and difficult set of circumstances.
Well, I mean, the decision does leave more unanswered questions, and it does point to a developing debate of a two-tier justice system, meaning, does a uniform make somebody immune from prosecution in comparison to a normal man in the street?
Do you feel, in a nutshell, that there is discrimination?
At Westminster this week, MPs heard from a mental health campaign group concerned about the treatment of black detainees by the police.
We're not seeing any accountability. We've seen too many physically healthy people lose their lives at the hands of people who are tasked with their protection and care, and there's no accountability.
What do you want? What do you want?
Kingsley Burrell's family are planning more protests and say they won't give up. Their hopes now pinned on an inquest, a date for which has yet to be fixed. Giles Latcham, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.